I've been that guy. While you was at home doing this, I was in the club making moves.
Paul, if this is not going to be, curated into a little dance around exhibition, could find himself in a way of getting seriously hurt here, like Francis Ngannou did. Francis Ngannou was an MMA fighter that got blasted out by Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua has finally spoken out after Jake Paul's latest training clip exploded across social media. With fans analyzing every slow-motion strike and powerful combination from Paul's new camp footage, Joshua's words have only intensified the growing buzz. As a former unified heavyweight champion, AJ isn't the type to be easily impressed. Yet it's clear he's paying close attention, and with Paul looking quicker, sharper, and far more disciplined than before. Joshua's reaction suggests a mix of respect for Paul's progress and absolute belief that his own experience will dominate when they meet under the lights on fight night.
Anthony Joshua should not get in the way of Fury and Joshua, really, in my view. It's an absolute joke. It shouldn't be sanctioned. I really don't believe it should be sanctioned. I have a sneaking suspicion that it would be a very big fight. But the biggest thing is us rubbernecking to actually see if they do get to the point where they step in the ring together. Because Jake Paul's an area level fighter, a British area level fighter, and Anthony Joshua is still a killer and a live heavyweight. That should not be sanctioned anywhere in the world, in my view.
It's dangerous, man.
Very dangerous.
It brings the sport into disrepute. The people that are talking about organising that, they should have a real hard look at themselves.
But even Eddie Hearn's kind of teasing he doesn't like it, but you can see the glimpse of dollars.
There's no price. There is no price.
There shouldn't be.
There's absolutely no price
Agree with you.
on it in order to...
Back when Jake Paul was still finding his footing in the sport, Joshua offered what many considered a surprisingly warm acknowledgement in a 2025 interview. When asked about Paul, Joshua simply said, "He's good for boxing." That early remark hinted at Joshua's willingness to recognize Paul's influence in drawing mainstream attention to the sport, even if many questioned Paul's long-term potential. Now fast forward to today, this matchup is no longer just talk, and the stakes are sky high. Paul enters with a 12-1 record and 7 knockouts, stepping into the toughest test of his career. Joshua, the former unified heavyweight champion, carries his own formidable record of 2-8-4.
Anthony Joshua now. How do you think that's gonna go?
Man, Anthony Joshua. I don't know why Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua would knock him out. No disrespect to Jake Paul. I think Anthony Joshua would knock him out. I'm saying like within like 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
You saw what Anthony Joshua did to Francis Ngannou?
Yeah.
Come on. I've never seen Francis get knocked out.
Yeah, that was huge too.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
huge.
both huge.
Yeah, he's huge. But you gotta hear the story. You gotta get Francis Ngannou in here and hear this story though.
I'd love to.
Bro, he was set up though, for real. I
On
believe
that
it.
fight?
Yeah, I believe him. Cause here's what they do, like what sometimes when people don't understand. Like in boxing too, I don't know a whole lot about boxing. You know, when you fight for promotion, they promote that fighter. So he's fighting in Saudi Arabia. So they was probably fighting at 3 a.m. and they had him.
During their first public stare-down at the November 21st press conference, Joshua didn't hold back. He highlighted the professionalism of the event, calling it massive, colossal, and a high-stakes showdown blending star power with real skill. He made it clear that his focus is laser-sharp no mercy. At that same press conference for their December 19th bout, Paul was asked about his expected weight. He explained that he had recently been cutting pounds for another fight, making the leap to a heavyweight clash even tougher. He predicted he'd come in somewhere around 215 to 225 pounds.
Nothing negative. He's here to do his job. I can sit up here, as I said, and try and address all the things that Jake doesn't do good. But I'm fighting Jake that's going to do everything good on December 19th. So let me focus on that. He's a good person, does his thing, great team around him, puts in the work, and that's why he's sitting here now. Anyone out there in the world that works harder than the next person deserves to be a front runner, and he's a front runner in the boxing game right now.
Respect. Jake, can I ask, it feels to me from afar, you're in a bit of a lose-lose here, because it seems like a lot of people want to see you get obliterated, right? A lot of people want to see you get your comeuppance. And if you do pull off the upset, or if this fight goes the distance, again, the whispers will start to come. People will discredit you. People will say, this, that, and the other about the fight. How do you balance that, and how do you deal with that?
Man, I've already won at every single thing in life. I'm playing on house money. I've accomplished all my dreams. said everything I was gonna do, from becoming, the first influencer to become an actor on Disney, to becoming the biggest YouTuber in the world, to rising to the top of boxing and having the largest viewed fight in the history of the sport. I've accomplished everything, so this is a win-win and another challenge for myself. I've never been knocked down or knocked out even in sparring, but I'm in a sport where that happens, and I know this is dangerous, but this is no different than a soccer player, losing in the World Cup on the biggest stage. If that's how it goes, if I take one of those punches that Francis Ngannou took and I'm on the canvas, let's see how tough I am. Let's see if I can get back up. But I'm ready for that. I'm prepared for that mentally, and I know that he has to deal with me as well. This is not as one-sided fight as people think, and I have power. I have the ability to put people to sleep, and so that's why I took this challenge. And I know it's crazy and all of that, but I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. My team's excited, and everyone believes in me, and that's all that matters.
How much do you expect to weigh on fight night?
Man, I was cutting down for Gervonta, so it's been a little tough getting back up in some strength for this, but anywhere 215 to 225, we'll see.
Okay, and I want to clear something up with you, AJ. I saw on the press release that it said that on weigh-in day, you can't weigh above 245, but post weigh-ins, you can weigh whatever you want. There's no rehydration clause or anything like that. Is that accurate?
Whatever it says, yeah, I think that's the case. But my focus, 111 kilograms is what I got to weigh in at, right? I do kilograms, not
Yeah,
pounds.
I don't know. You stumped me on that one.
Jake Paul insists. This fight is his chance to silence every critic who ever said he only targets undersized or past their prime opponents. By stepping in against Anthony Joshua, legitimate heavyweight and former world champion Paul says he's proving he belongs at the elite level. In his own words, once he beats Joshua, all doubt dies. The Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown is a fully sanctioned professional heavyweight bout under Queensberry rules. It's scheduled for 8 rounds at 3 minutes each, with both fighters wearing 10-ounce gloves. Joshua is required to weigh in at no more than 245 pounds to keep things competitive, and a winter loss will officially hit both men's pro records. This is as real as it gets.
Fight a real boxer. They said fight someone your size. They said fight a world champion. We looked at a long list of supposed fighters for me to fight. The world. Make no mistake, this is the biggest fight of my career. I'm walking into the lion's den. I'm doing something that no one else has ever done before. I, AJvsPaul, will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Anthony Joshua Friday, December 19th, live on Netflix. My voice cracked, I'm still going through puberty. The biggest fight of 2025, USA versus UK. He's got the belts, the size, the history, but I have the balls. Be careful what you wish for. Jake versus Joshua, Judgment Day. He has a 90% knockout ratio, but I have 100%.
Teddy Atlas offers a cautiously curious perspective on the Paul versus Joshua matchup. While he warns that this leap might be too extreme for Paul, given the massive gap in experience and pedigree, he doesn't completely dismiss the fight. He points to Joshua's recent knockout defeat and lengthy inactivity, suggesting that some lingering doubts might make AJ vulnerable. Even though Atlas acknowledges that Joshua is still the stronger, more polished fighter, he says he's genuinely interested to see which version of AJ steps into the ring.
Having said all of that, this might be a step too far. Now, when I say it, I'm also, I try to be responsible. I've been in this game 50 years, so I know where not to step, where you could twist an ankle, or worse, you could break a leg or fall down. When I say that with the understanding too that Joshua's coming off being knocked out. Joshua hasn't fought for a year, right? But it's about a year. And there's some ghost in his attic. There are. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's gotten rid of some of them, but I know that in the position of a fighter coming where he's coming from, there are ghosts in your attic. I don't know if those ghosts are still taking up space. I don't know if maybe there could be no better exorcism for those ghosts than fighting a Jake Paul. That might be just the exorcism you need to clear out the attic. I don't know. That's the problem. We don't know. That's the mystery part of this. That's what makes it so, it makes it two things at once. Intriguing and...
Ryan Garcia speaks about the potentially life-altering consequences for Jake Paul if he loses. He stresses that Joshua's power isn't something you can shrug off, and that a defeat could impact Paul not only physically, but also in terms of reputation and career momentum. The experience could be transformative, underlining the massive challenge ahead of him. Garcia emphasizes that Joshua's punching strength and technical ability make this a serious test, and the fallout from failure would be very real. Preparation, discipline, and awareness are essential if Paul wants to survive what Joshua brings. One of the biggest concerns surrounding this matchup is that Joshua has only fought twice in the last 2 years. After dropping a split decision to Alexander Usyk in 2022, his activity has been inconsistent.
Anthony Joshua, by far.
Yeah, too easy.
Why did he take that fight?
I think he didn't have no opponents and he wanted to make Netflix happy, and I think he made a misstep. I think he was handling his career perfectly.
Yeah.
I think he would have beat Gervonta.
I think he would have beat Gervonta too.
But I think this is a big...
Jake Paul, stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua, isn't just a bold gamble, it's a legitimate danger, according to many experts. Insiders like Ariel Helwani warned that Joshua's sheer power and deep experience could put Paul at severe risk, with brutal knockouts being a real possibility.
7 fights, has been beaten 3 times. The 4 fighters that he beat didn't come to win. So he's not in his prime, is he? He's literally at the end of his career, pretty much finished. And this is why taking this fight with you is telling you all you need to know. It's a cash out. He might as well just cream as much money as he can at the end of his career, fighting an absolute joke show in clown world. When I beat Anthony Joshua, he says, every doubt disappears. Come on. I mean, if this is a straight up AJ versus Jake Paul, then we all know what should happen. This is a 1-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud. You can't jump in with Anthony Joshua now and expect to get a result. So, nothing's going to no doubt's going to
Rising heavyweight Moses Itoma has even encouraged Paul to prioritize his health over the payday, cautioning that one mistimed punch could have lifelong consequences. Meanwhile, former pro Amir Khan didn't sugarcoat anything, bluntly saying Joshua could injure him badly, possibly even cause brain damage.
Fuck him out in like 2 rounds. Really? No, why do you look surprised when I don't. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying. Come on, bro. You're fighting like one of the best heavyweight fighters in the world against a YouTuber. Like, come on. Like, respect the sport of boxing. And if AJ has to go in there and show these influencers that, listen, you can't fuck about with boxing. You know what I mean? Someone's gonna get hurt badly, and this could be one of the first fights where a fighter gets hurt badly, because if you look at the size difference and the power difference, I mean, bro, there could be brain damages going on there. I mean, AJ could hurt him badly, you know.
When you look at Francis Ngannou, who's one of the most fearsome combat styles there is. I know it's MMA, but we saw what AJ did to Ngannou. So,
and that's why you don't look. You can't be surprised if AJ's gonna do the same to. What's it called again?
MMA fighter Darren Till has also entered the discussion, calling Jake Paul's attempt to challenge Anthony Joshua flat out disrespectful. He believes that despite Paul's promotional genius, he hasn't earned the right to go after one of boxing's biggest names. Many within the boxing world agree, arguing that Paul is venturing way too far outside his league.
Is it all just... Does he actually believe that he can beat Anthony Joshua? Is it all for clout? Is it all just to keep his... I don't know. I mean, fucking... It's a little bit disrespectful as well. Like, Anthony Joshua hasn't fucking been a heavyweight world champion, beating all these absolute killers just to get called out by Jake Paul. But look, if Jake Paul believes in himself, then, you know, you can't really fault that. Like, obviously, but sometimes it comes across as a bit bit delusion as well. Because I know for a fact that I'd fight Jake, I'd beat him up easy. Not